Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. It's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
And right away, he lost the football. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were. And so possession will remain with Indy. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And a short 3-yard pickup gets them up to the 15. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So here are the Jags now set to get their first drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
I know we were assigned this game, but let's face it, this is the one we wanted, isn't it? We had a chance to watch an MVP candidate perform down the stretches 4 weeks ago. How are you feeling about his chances?
Well, I think he certainly has a shot. It's going to determine what he does and what the others around him do for these last 4 weeks. But more MVP chatter, it seems like, every year as you hit the month of December. This year's going to be no exception.
Yeah, I know he's not ranked #1 right now, but if he plays up to his capabilities, I think he's going to win the thing.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 21 carries, 100 yards on the nose, and a score.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
On play action, they'll throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
the running back.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 16.
18 on the play. First down, Jacksonville.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
It doesn't take a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick 6 for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick 6, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7, past the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And how about the quick feet there as he made a man miss on his way to a solid gain of 7. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's the option. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Down and sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Setting up the screen here, it's Barber. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A gain of 9.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
At the Jaguars' 7-yard line.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Back to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
2nd and goal.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Yards brings up 3rd and goal.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Austin Eckler, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Rosas good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 to score as they begin 1st and 10. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right. And got his man. Complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
In a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. On the ground, it's Eckler. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
For a Colts. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Going on the ground with Eckler. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Austin Eckler, the ball.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And this is going to be a Colts first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Running with Barber out of the gun. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun, here's Barber. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
At his 49-yard.
But not a huge game there as we head towards the 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. 5 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Back to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Jaguars.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Taken about 7 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A very quick pass to Ridley. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
For the field goal, a 25-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was the visiting Cowboys who got the win on the road. From there, it's off to Southern Nevada. Check out the action going on beside the neon lights of Las Vegas. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Josh Jacobs leading the charge on the ground. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. 35-21, the final score. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Take over 1st and 10.
Now the Colts defensive unit trots back out there. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating for the entire team? Creating the turnovers, what they call takeaways, and turning those into points for their team. That's why they have the lead, and that's got to be exciting for those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back some of those plays, as well as the...
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He'll get this to Eckler. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run here with Barber. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Running on 1st down, Eckler fights loose. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain of 11 that time, and it Colts 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. A gain there of 21 yards. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Makes the score, Jaguars.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. So the Colts now bringing the offense back onto the field as they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Point conversion is no good. That keeps the score close.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
It's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Jacksonville.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A gain of 9.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
From the contact.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Third down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From 10 yards out, and the Jaguars have retaken the lead.
And that third counter there gives them the lead, and it's obvious they've needed everything that he's given them today. The 3 touchdowns, that's impressive, but without him, they're not winning this game.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
And the Colts coming out now. They started on the ground with Eckler. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 16 yards, a first down. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. On first down, he'll drop to throw. This one caught by Ridley. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's another Colts first down. First and 10 at the
back to throw here. Wide open receiver complete.
That's
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. Two division rivals and a great... He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line.
Taken down and sacked.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And that's into the hands of Eckler. And out of bounds right around the 20.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And the Colts are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Austin Eckler with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the 4th. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. They'll try and run it here. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
And the Jacksonville offense on their way out again as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go and everything is wide open and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards there and a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now a dump off here complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. But it's 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
To throw now on first down. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Definitely not how you want to start things on 1st down, and you don't want to panic. A field goal could get you closer, but you have to think to yourself, we even get another shot. At this point, to me, the thinking has to be touchdown or bust.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And they'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
And touchdown and congratulations and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
So the Colts now down on the scoreboard. 1:55 remaining. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back to throw. And quickly to Kelsey.
Pushing the foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
They'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Jaguars, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Colts, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets.